Students, yesterday we have studied about the inverse of a matrix with the elementary row operation. Now today we are going to study about the elementary column transformation. See, if you are taking with the elementary column transformation, the same questions I will take whatever I had taken the last class, and we will tally is it the inverse for a row matrix and the inverse for a column matrix or same or not. If it is same, then we can conclude inverse is a unique. Based on that we are going to have the theorem. So today you take elementary column transformation. So I will write C operation, it means I will take with the column operation. Yesterday's last class problem was A is equal to 1327 we have taken, okay, and its inverse also I have given. Its inverse is A inverse is equal to, this was the inverse for the last session. Now in today's session we are going to see about the column operation, and with the help of column also we have to get the same result. So yesterday if you remembered the last session, so how was the last session means I will write here rough word. So what we have taken, this is R1, it is 1, it is 0, it is 1 and it is 0. This is R2, R2, R1. So figure I think you remember. So now also R1, R2, R2, R1. Now we will take C1, C2, C2, C1. So today we are going to study about like this: C1, this is C2, then C2, then C1. It is 1, 0, 1, 0. So today's figure is this one, like this C shape we have to go. Okay, solution. So we know that how to write A is equal to AI. Okay, so this one 1327 is equal to A of I value is how much? 1001. 1001. So now check it out. This horizontal line is called, sorry, not horizontal, vertical line is called column C1 and this vertical line is called C2. So now first of all observe, in this vertical line, is it the first element is 1? Yes, C1 is 1, this one. Now move like this line. It means we have to move here, and this is now treated as, this vertical line is treated as C2. Now C2 is present with 3, we have to make it as 0. How to make 0? C2 changes as, whatever you are changing, the same thing you write. C2 changes as C2, it's a plus 3, write minus 3, associate with column C1. Yesterday what we have taken, R2 minus 3, R1, like that. So now we are changing for C2, it means C1 vertical line will be the same. It's a 1, 2 is equal to A of 1, 0. Now substitute one by one, this is C2, 3 minus 3, C1 is beside this, 3 minus 3, it's a 0. Next take this one, next take this one, 7 minus 3 and beside this it's a 2, 7 minus 6, it's a 1. So write here 1. Now again which is the C2 elements? These two are the C2 elements. Substitute in this transformation. C2 value is 0, 0 minus 3, C1 value is beside this, it's a 1. So answer is here minus 3. Okay. Now you take this one. So this is a C2. C2 means here 1 minus 3 into, beside this is 0. So answer is 1. So now look at to the figure. We have completed 101 portion. We have completed 101, the diagram. Now we have to come here. To come here, it is In which column? It is present in C1 column. Therefore, what we have to take transformation? C1 changes as C1 minus 2C2. Why? Because it's a plus 2. We have to make this one as 0 according to this figure. C1 changes as C1 minus 2C2. So, we are taking the transformation for C1. It means C2 elements will be same. So, therefore, this implies I will write C2 elements are same. It's a 0 1 is equal to A of, here is minus 3 1. Now, when we substitute in this transformation, when we substitute in this transformation, we are going to get C1 value is 1. I will write here 1 minus 2 into, beside that is 0. So, it will be 1 itself. Next it is a 2 minus 2 into, beside this is 1, it is a 0. Next move to this 1 minus 2 into, in this transformation you have to substitute 1 minus 2 into, beside this is minus 3. 1 plus 6, it is a 7. Now, this is 0 minus 2 into, beside this is 1, it is a minus 2. So, finally, we have completed A into A inverse is equal to I. Yesterday, I said that what is the definition of A inverse? If you multiply the two matrices, you have to get back the identity matrix. This is A matrix, given matrix. This is the existed matrix. Multiply, you are going to get the identity matrix. Therefore, what is our A inverse now? A inverse equal to 7 minus 3 minus 2 1. The same inverse we have got yesterday by row transformation. The same inverse we have got yesterday by the row transformation, and now today we have got the same inverse by column transformation. It means what? Either we prefer the row transformation or column transformation. If the inverse is existing, then it is a unique itself. Okay, based on this the theorem will be there. Now, similarly, second problem whatever we had taken in the last session, the same question I will write, and we will move with the column transformation. So, last class we have taken the problem for A is equal to 1 1 3 4 I have taken. A is equal to 1 1 3 4. So, its inverse is, so the inverse for this is we have got this inverse for the row transformation. So, now with this is about row transformation I will write. Now, with the column transformation, is it same or not? We will check it out. So, solution. So, we know that A equal to AI we are going to write. A value is 1134 is equal to A of I value is 1001. Now, we have to move in this manner, that is in C manner. Reverse of C. So, this is the C, but we are going to take like this. So, first of all, C1 value should be 1. It is a C1. It is a 1. Next, C2 value to be 0. This portion to be 0. So, here in this portion it is a 1. It means it is present in C2. So, make it as 0. C2 changes as C2 itself. Minus, its number is 1 means plus 1 means minus 1. Minus 1 into something. C2 changes as C2 minus C1. So, we are taking the transformation for C2. It means C1 lines are same. The C1 value is this one. Now substitute in this transformation. C2 value is 1, 1 minus 1, that is 0. This is 4 minus 3, that is 1. Next, this is C2. 0 minus C1 value is 1, so that is minus 1. This is C2. 1 minus, it says C1, so which is 1. Okay. Now we have to look at to the figure. So we have to come first this line, second this point, third this vertices, and next fourth this one. 1 0 1. So look at here, 1 0 1. We have completed this one. Now it's a term to the 3. Plus 3 to be converted as 0. How to convert it as 0? Plus 3 will be subtracted with minus 3. Plus 3 is present in which column? It is present in which vertical line? First vertical line. It means it's a C1. C1 changes as C1 minus 3C2. C1 changes as C1 minus 3C2. We are changing for C1. It means C2 lines are same. 0 1 is equal to A of, it's a minus 1 1. So now substitute the corresponding values in the transformation. C1 value is 1 minus 3 of, C2 value is beside this, it's a 0. So 1 minus 3 into 0 means it's a 1. Next C1 value is 3. 3 minus 3 of, beside this is 1, it's a 3 minus 3 means 0. Next again C1 value is 1. Substitute here, C1 value is 1, 1 minus 3 of minus 1. So 1 plus 3, it's a 4. Next C1 value is 0, substitute here, 0 minus 3 into C2 value is 1, it's a minus 3. Again according to the definition, A into A inverse should be what we have to get? I. So this is I matrix we got, A into A inverse. So this matrix will be treated as A inverse. Therefore A inverse is equal to 4 minus 1 minus 3 1. See here, the same value we got for the last session with the row transformation, and with the column transformation also we got the same thing. So it means we conclude that the inverse is unique if it exists. If it exists means what? If it is not defined. If it is defined. If it is not defined means the inverse is not unique. That problem also we will take. Is it the inverse exists or not? So take one more problem with the last session's problem only. So what was the last session problem I have given? Means 1 4 1 5 I have given. 1 4 1 5. The inverse for this in the last session we got. So it's a 5 1 minus 4 minus 1 2 cross 2. This is RT, row transformation we got. The same thing now we have to check it out with the column transformation. So figure you remember C1, C2, C2, C1, 1, 0, 1, 0. You have to make that one. So solution, we know that A is equal to AI. So A value is right, it's a 1415 is equal to A of 1001. So now look at to the figure. The C1 value should be 1. It's a 1. Next for this portion it is a 0. Here it should be a 0, but we are having the presence of 4. It means it is present in which column? C2. C2 changes as C2 minus 4C1. C2 changes as +4 means opposite number -4 associate with column 1. These are the rules. C1 we are not changing because transformation is C2. Write the C1 values same. 1 1 is equal to A of, it's a 1 0. Now substitute 1 by 1. 4 minus 4 of C1 value is 1, it's a 0. Next this is C2. 5 minus 4 of C1 is this one. So 5 minus 4 means 5 minus 4, it's a 1. Okay. Next still C2 elements, still 2 are there. Substitute in the transformation. C2 value is 0 minus 4. Beside this C1 value is 1. So it's a minus 4. Next this is C2. C2 value is 1. 1 minus 4. Beside this is, it's a 0. So value is 1. Now look at to the figure. It is 1 0 1 portion. So we have completed 1 0 1 portion. Now we have to come for this, and it should be a 0, but it is 1. How to make it is 0? By writing with the, or by subtracting with the opposite number. So it's a +1 means it's a -1, you have to subtract. So it is present in which column? C1 column. C1 changes as C1 minus C2. 1 into C2 means C2 itself. Look at to the figure. You have to come like this C portion I said. The reverse of C. Okay. So then we are changing for C1. It means we have to take C2 elements to be same. This is 0 1 is equal to A of, this side is -4 1. Now substitute in the transformation. C1 minus C2, 1 minus, beside this is 0, so the value is 1. Next again this is C1, 1 minus 1, that is 0. Now take this one, 1 minus into minus, C2 value is -4, it means +4. So 1 plus 4 will be 5, and C1 value is 0, 0 minus 1, it's a -1. So according to the definition of A inverse, remember what is the definition of inverse? I am repeating so many times. A into A inverse should be give the I. So this is A means this value now treated as A inverse, and multiply those two, you are getting the identity matrix. Therefore A inverse is equal to 5 minus 4 minus 1 1. This is 2 cross 2, and this is the same value we got in the last session with the help of row transformation. Now the same thing we got with the help of column transformation. Take one more problem, and after that we will see the next problem, is it inverse exist or not. So take the next problem. The next problem will be this. You take last problem 2 1 1 1, last session, the last problem. So the inverse for this also we have given, it's a 1 2 minus 1 minus 1 with the help of row transformation. Yesterday we have taken, or last class we have taken. So now in today's session we are going to take about the same value or not, we will check it out. We know that A is equal to AI. So what is A? 2 1 1 1 is equal to A as it is. I value is 1 0 0 1. So now according to this value we have to check it out. The C1 value should be 1, but for this portion we are having a 2, but this portion you are having a 1. You can interchange this vertical line to here and this vertical line will be shifted there. As we had taken yesterday, R2 is shifted to R1, R1 is shifted to R2. Now we will take side by side shifting. C1 changes as C2 and C2 changes as C1. This arrow mark indicates both are changes, C1 to C2, C2 to C1. So I will write here 1 1. Positions has been changed. 1 1 shifted here, 2 1 shifted here, is equal to A of, this is 0 1 and this is 1 0. Okay. So now move to this figure. The first portion should be 1, it's 1. Next we have to move this vertices and it should be a 0, and for this portion we are having a 2. To make this one as 0, subtract with minus 2. This 2 is present in which vertical line? C2. So C2 changes as C2 minus 2C1. C2 changes as C2 minus 2C1. We are not changing our C1, write as it is 1 1. Now C2 value change in the given transformation and it will be new numbers will be existed. So C2 how much? It's a 2. 2 minus 2, beside this was 1. So 2 minus 2 means it's a 0. Again C2 value is 1. 1 minus 2 into C1 value beside this is again 1. So 1 minus 2 means it's a minus 1. Simplify. Okay. Next again C2 values are this. C2 means 1. 1 minus 2 into C2 means it's a, C1 means 0. It's a 1. Next this is 0. C2 value is 1. 1 minus 2 of C1. It's a 0. This is 0 minus 1. 0 minus 2 into 1, it's a minus 2. It's a minus 2. Okay. Yes. Now follow the figure again. The first portion will be 1, yes 1, second point will be 0, it's a 0. Next third point will be, the third vertices will be 1, but we are having a minus 1. So this minus 1 is present in which vertical line? C2, therefore divide throughout by C2 to make it as positive. This was plus, it will become minus, it was minus, it will become plus. So now again look at to the figure, it's 1 0 1 1 0 1. Now this portion to be 0 according to this figure. So now this 1 is present in which column? C1. So take the transformation, C1 changes as C1 minus C2. 1 into C2 means C2. We are changing for C1, means C2 elements are same. Now substitute 1 minus 0, it's a 1, 1 minus 1, it's a 0, 0 plus 1, why I am taking plus 1? Because it's a minus, and in the transformation also minus, minus minus plus, 0 plus 1, it's a 1, and this is 1 minus 2, minus 1. So now according to the definition of A inverse, according to the definition of inverse, A into A inverse should be give the identity matrix. So this will be treated as A inverse matrix. Therefore A inverse is equal to 1 minus 1 minus 1 2 with the order 2 cross 2, and the same value we have got for the last session, that is row transformation, and with the column transformation also we got the same value. As I said, in the examination they are going to ask only find the inverse if it exists by using elementary transformation. They are not going to mention the row transformation or column transformation. Which is convenient for you people, you can go, because inverse is unique. Some students will prefer row transformation, some students will prefer column transformation, but these are the questions for 3 mark. Compulsory inverse questions will be there for 3 mark. That too question number 27. So for the question number 27, to make a question, there are 3 options. Either they will ask this column, inverse of a matrix, or sum of symmetric and skew symmetric, or else one theorem is there based on inverse of a matrix, that I will take today. So any one question, if you are perfect, you are easily going to get 3 marks. So till now whatever we have taken, the inverse is existing. Now we will take one more value or one more matrices where the inverse exists or not, we will check it out. So take down that problem. A equal to (1 to 2 minus 1). We will check the inverse exists or not. Anything you prefer, row or column transformation. So I will take this one, A equal to AI. I will go with the column itself. So 1 to 2 minus 1 is equal to A of 1 0 0 1. So by looking to the figure, it should be 1, next will be the 0. Second vertex should be 0, but we are having a 2. So it is present in C2. C2 changes as, it's a plus 2, opposite sign, minus 2 C1. We are changing for C2 means C1 values are same. 1 2 is equal to A of, it's a 1 0. Next substitute in the transformation, 2 minus 2 into C1 value is 1, it's a 0. Next this is minus 1. Minus 1 minus 2 into, it's a 2, minus 1 minus 4, it's a minus 5. Next this is 0, minus 2 into this one 1, so 0 minus 2, it's a minus 2. Next this is 1 minus 2 into 0, it's a 1. Now take this one, C2, because according to this it should be 1 0 1 0, it is C2. We are checking is it inverse exist or not. I think inverse will be exist for this problem. C2 changes as C2, this value to be taken as 1 means divide by the same number, C2 divided by minus 5, it's a 1 2, because C1 transformation is not changed here. So it's 1 0, so it's a 0 1, it's 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. Divide the C2 value with the minus 5, minus minus will become plus and this will become minus. Now we have completed 1 0 1, now this should be 0 according to this figure. So here it is a 2, this present in C1, so write C1 changes as C1 minus 2 C2. So we are changing for C1 means write C2 values are same. Automatically this will become 1 0. If you want to substitute, I will make substitution there. 1 minus 2 of C2 value is 2 by 5. So 1 minus 4 by 5, 5 is the LCM, 5 minus 4, so it's a 1 by 5. Next C1 value is 0, 0 minus 2 of minus 1 by 5. So 0 plus 2 by 5. So answer is 2 by 5. And it's a repeated problem so many times in midterms, not in the annual examination, because in the very rare case in the annual examination they are going to give the fraction problem, inverse will be fraction, but it's a midterm I think. Therefore A inverse equal to 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. It's a 2 cross 2. Okay. Next we will take one more problem. 2142. Next problem 2142. Now we will check is it the inverse exist or not. It's a hint that I think inverse will not exist for this. Afterwards I will give the hint. What is that hint? So first we will check inverse exist or not. If it is not exist, I will give the hint. Is it how to recognize for the given matrix inverse exist or not? Solution. Write down A equal to AI. It's a 2142 is equal to A of 1001. So now first position it should be 1, but we are having a 2. Look at here, it should be 1, but we are having a 2. So you interchange here. This is 1 is present. This vertical line shifted here and this line shifted there. So C1 interchange to C2. The whole line shifted here, then this line is shifted there. So now this is completed. Now we have to move to this point, and for this point we are having the value as 0, but we are having here 2. So this is present in C2. C2 changes as C2 minus 2 C1. So when you take on this one, you are changing for C2 means C1 values are same. 1 2 is equal to A of, this is 0 1. So substitute 2 minus 2 into, beside this was 1, 2 minus 2 means it's a 0. Next you take 4 minus 2 into, beside this is 2, 4 minus 4 again, it's a 0. Next this is 1 minus, it's a 1, this is 0 minus 2, minus 2. Substitute in the transformation. Okay. See, now observe for this problem, always here was some number. See here 1 0 1 0 we had to make. To make this one as 1, it should be present by some number were there for the previous problem. If you want to check it out the previous problems, here was some number was present always except 0. But here the number is present, but the number is present as 0. It means that any one column C2 or C1 or R1 or R2, completely one line will be 0 means the inverse will not exist, because 0 by 0 is not defined here. Inverse does not exist because C2 elements are 0. So by looking to the question itself, we can tell the inverse exists or not. Look at to the question, it's a 2142. If you taken from the, it's a hint, if you taken from the second row 2 common, so what it will be? If you taken 2 common means, or else divide by 2, then it will be 2 1 again. It's a imagination, but this is not there in your syllabus. It's only a concept. By easily we can recognize, is it the inverse exist or not. 2 1 4 2, if I divide the second row with the 2, then it will be again 2 1. The first row and second row will be same. When both the rows are same or both the columns are same, the inverse will not exist. Or else you can also find in this way, if any row or any column is completely 0, means also inverse does not exist. So up to here we have studied about the elementary row transformation or column transformation. From this we understood that either you prefer row transformation or you prefer the column transformation, inverse is unique. Based on that, one of these theorem is there. The name of that theorem is uniqueness of inverse. So this is one of the theorem is there. The name of this theorem is uniqueness of theorem. So we will take down this statement for that. What is that theorem statement means? Inverse of a square matrix statement it is. Statement, inverse of a square matrix if it exists, is unique. So what the statement wants to tell, if you are having any square matrix, if its inverse exists, then it is unique. It means either you prefer row operation or column operation, answer will be same if the inverse will exist. If the inverse will not exist, as like previous problem, either you prefer row transformation or column transformation, any one lines are 0, means the inverse does not exist. So this one we will prove generally. Proof. So one of the square matrix we have to take. Let capital A is equal to A suffix ij m cross n. Remember, this is the general representation of a matrix. So instead of m cross n, I will take m cross m itself, because square matrix, row and column should be same. Be a square matrix. If this is one of the matrix, let us imagine its inverses exist. If possible, B and C are inverses of A. So why I have given the name B and C means, let us take some students will prefer row transformation. I will give the A inverse notation as B. Some students will prefer column operation and I will give the notation as C. Then we have to show that B is equal to C. If some of the students are showing with the row transformation and some of the students are preferring column operation, means we are telling the inverse will be exist. It means both the values should be same. We have to show B equal to C. So how to show this one? According to definition. According to definition of inverse. So yesterday we have taken the definition of inverse. What was the definition of inverse? AB is equal to I, where B is treated as A inverse. Remember, A into A inverse is I. B is equal to A inverse you can call, or BA equal to I. This was the definition we have taken for the last session. Similarly, we are telling C is also inverse of A, means you can take AC equal to I or CA equal to I. Now we have to show this one, left hand side equal to right hand side. Consider B. By the problems we have taken, A can be written as A is equal to AI. So B can be written as BI. So I value either you replace as AC or you replace as CA. So I will replace with AC. Choice is yours. Bracket element scheme means there are 3 values, but we have taken the bracket for only 2 numbers or 2 alphabets, means it's a associative. Associative means you can interchange the bracket. Now I will make a grouping as BA of C, because matrix multiplication is associative. What is BA value? Again it's a I. What is I into C means? I means 1. 1 into C means C. So this was the theorem, and it is for 2 mark. So matrices will not have any 2 mark question. It means this theorem, in very rare case they are going to ask for 3 marks, but usually they will not ask. But one more theorem is there, that is compulsory, they are going to ask for 3 marks. Okay. So once again I will explain what is inverse of a matrix is unique. Inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. Let us imagine one of the square matrix we are having. Let us take the inverses exist, and B and C are inverses of A. Then we have to show that B equal to C. Why I am telling B equal to C means some students will go with the row transformation. Row transformation you think it's a B. Column transformation you think it's as a C. Afterwards you tally, is it row values and column transformation values are same. It should be same because inverse is unique. B equal to C. Now according to the definition of inverse by the last class, what was the definition of inverse? A into A inverse is equal to I. Instead of A inverse I have written B. Similarly C is also one of the inverse. A into A inverse equal to I, or else you can interchange. Now you have to show this one. This is your left hand side. Write B. B can be written as B into 1. But in matrices 1 means identity matrix. Write B as it is. I value you choose any value. Either take this AC or CA. Substitute here. It's a associative. Matrix multiplication is associative. The problem also we have taken. Interchange the brackets. It's a BA into C. BA value is I into C. I means 1. 1 into C means C. Therefore B equal to C. Next, last theorem we will take. So last theorem you take, it's a theorem. So it is also important for 3 mark, compulsory question. Either column operation or row operation, there is one option, or this theorem or sum of symmetric and skew symmetric. From these 3 problems, any one they are going to ask for 3 marks. It means you have to be perfect with this theorem and elementary transformation problem and sum of symmetric and skew symmetric. If the concept is clear, you can solve any number of problems. So what does the theorem means? If A and B are invertible matrices. Invertible matrices means what? Its inverse will exist. What is the inverse of A? A inverse. What is the inverse of B? B inverse. If A and B are invertible matrices of same order, then AB whole inverse equal to, this was your theorem. Then AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. proof. If A and B, okay, statement A and B are invertible matrices of same order, then AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. We will have the proof for this. Proof. So what they are telling? A and B are invertible matrices, means A inverse will exist and B inverse is also exist. Now let, or by definition of inverse, instead of A matrix, our together matrix itself is AB. If this is AB, its inverse will be AB whole inverse is equal to I, because what was the definition of inverse? A into A inverse is equal to I. If our matrix name was A, its inverse is A inverse. If our matrix name itself is AB, then its inverse will be AB whole inverse is equal to I. Now pre-multiply A inverse on both sides. Pre-multiply A inverse on both sides. Pre-multiply means first we have to multiply, not at the end. So I will write here A inverse of AB whole inverse is equal to I into, or else A inverse into I. See why I am taking A inverse? Because in the statement itself we are telling A and B are invertible matrices. Its inverse are already existed. So now make a grouping, it's a associative law. I'll make a brackets change. I'll make a grouping for this and I'll write B, and this is AB whole inverse, and this is 1. 1 into something, it's a something. I means always 1 you think in case of matrices. Now according to the definition, what is A inverse into A? It's a I into B, AB whole inverse is equal to A inverse. As I said, whenever it's a I means think it as a 1. 1 into B means B. B of AB whole inverse is equal to A inverse. First we have pre-multiply A inverse. Next one more inverse will exist. That inverse is B. Pre-multiply B inverse on both sides. B inverse B of AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. Make a grouping. B inverse B means I, because inverses exist we are telling. When inverses exist, what is the definition of inverse? A inverse into A. Similarly, B inverse into B means I. Think this one as 1. 1 into something, it's a something. So write here AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. It's too easy. Only pre-multiplying A inverse and B inverse. This was the theorem and hence proof. So once again I will explain this theorem, and it is important. I have given 3 marks. What is the statement? If A and B are invertible matrices of same order, then we have to show that AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. So when our matrix name was A means we are taking A into A inverse, but our matrices name itself is a AB, then we can take according to the definition of according to the definition of inverse, the name of the matrix is AB. AB its inverse is equal to I. Pre-multiply A inverse, because inverse of A will be exist according to the statement. A inverse on for this one, make a grouping. A inverse into A, this is B, this is AB whole inverse, this is A inverse into 1. Think I means 1. 1 into something, something. So A inverse into A means I, because we know the definition of inverse. This is B, this is AB whole inverse, this is A inverse. 1 into B means B, and this factor as it is equal to A inverse. Next one more inverse is there in the statement, therefore pre-multiply B inverse on both sides. This one, make a grouping AB whole inverse, this is, and this is 1 into something you imagine, because I means 1 into something means something, AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. This theorem is easy, but you have to remember our matrix starts with AB. So we have taken AB whole inverse. If our matrix starts with A, then we take A inverse. That is only the changes here. Only this factor you have to remember. Remaining is pre-multiplying, making a grouping. Okay. So this is about the matrices, whatever we have studied from the beginning. Recapitulation of the matrices, whatever we have studied order, then we have studied about the matrix definition, types of matrices, next algebra on matrices, then symmetric and skew symmetric, transpose and inverse of a matrix. So this completes the matrix chapter. In our next session we will start with the determinants chapter. Okay, thank you.